Hello everyone, my name is Mini Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about business cycles. Business cycles are fluctuation in economic activities. Business cycles are fluctuations in economic activities, or we can say that business cycles are so many ups and downs in economic activities. For example, suddenly economic activities increase, suddenly fall or become stable. For example, most recent recession faced by India from 2020 to 21 because of a COVID-19 pandemic. Recession means suddenly decline in economic activities, decline in GDP, or we can say that decline in income growth. Now we'll see phases of business cycle. In this diagram, on x-axis we have time period, y-axis we have economic activities. Here you can see so many phases of business cycles: expansion, peak, recession, depression, trough, recovery, and this line shows a steady growth path. One by one we will discuss each phase. We start from expansion. Do you know expansion is a favorable stage of our economy? But why expansion is a favorable stage of our economy? Because during expansion all positive indicators of our economic growth are increasing: investment increasing, income increasing, employment increasing, wages increasing, profit increasing, money supply also increasing, and prices are rising but moderate level and good for economic growth. Recently in 2025, United States is in expansion phase of business cycle. That means economy of United States expected to growing with increased output, employment and consumer spending. Now we'll see next phase of business cycle, peak. During peak, our economic growth reach at their maximum point. That means this is maximum possible growth. We cannot grow beyond this, and we are producing output at our maximum possible capacity. But demand is very high, and high demand lead to high prices. In short, we can say that during a peak, our economic indicators like growth in GDP, consumer spending, investment reach at their maximum point. Indian economy experienced peak phase of business cycle from 2003 to 2008. After that, global financial crisis from 2008 to 2009 lead to slowdown in Indian economy. Next phase of business cycle is recession. Expansion followed by peak, peak followed by a recession. As we know, during peak prices was very high. This high prices somewhere reduce demand. Initially producer didn't observe demand is reducing, and they were continuous producing as they were producing earlier. As a result, supply become higher than demand. When supply exceed than demand, that means prices fall. When prices fall, output fall. Obviously, due to fall in price, profit of businesses fall. Eventually they reduce output. So when prices fall, output fall. Output fall, employment fall. Employment fall, income fall. Eventually our economic growth slow down, and we experienced a recession phase of a business cycle. In short, we can say that during recession, all positive indicator of economy like growth in GDP, growth in income, employment start declining. Indian economy experienced a severe recession during a fiscal year 2020 to 2021 and faced a contraction in GDP around 7.3 percentage. Next phase of business cycle is depression. Recession followed by depression. If you are able to control recession, then it's okay, you will directly move towards a recovery. But if you are not able to control recession, then you will definitely move towards depression. If your GDP is continuous declining from last many years, that means your economy has entered in depression phase of business cycle. During depression, many businesses fail, investment decrease, and level of production reduce so much. Stock market experience significant declines. During depression, there is so much unemployment, job losses, eventually lead to reduce in demand and prices. Next phase of business cycle is trough. Trough is a minimum point of economic decline, or we can say that trough is the lowest point of recession. During trough, your economic growth is in negative. Next phase of business cycle is recovery. Recovery is a new hope for our economy. But how? Obviously, we start recovering from negative growth rate. During trough, our economic growth rate was negative, but now we start recovering from negative economic growth rate. That's why recovery is new hope for our economy. As we know, during depression, prices was very less, and this low prices somewhere increase demand. As demand increase, production increase, employment increase, income increase, eventually our economic growth start. Plus, government also provides support through monetary and fiscal policy in order to recover. Indian economy experienced a recovery phase of business cycles after implementing economic reforms in 1991, like globalization, privatization, liberalization. Now we will see what is this steady growth path. Steady growth path is long-term potential and balanced growth of economy. In short, we can say that steady growth path shows economic growth without any fluctuation. But this is not possible. Every economy faces some ups and downs. If our economic growth is below this steady growth path, that means we entered in depression phase of business cycle. If our economic growth is above this steady growth path, that means we enter in expansion phase of business cycle. So this is all about business cycles. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, take care.